Of course I was going to do that. Have you ever seen one of my videos before? Hello Forza fans, by the way. Update 4 is upon us, and it's time to take a quick look at that, what's coming up over the next month, and look back slightly as well. This is my first race at the newly added Daytona, which includes this, the sports car layout, as well as the tri-oval. As you see me tackle the AI up to their usual tricks, I might as well discuss the big news this month. On the 9th of January, Turn 10 released a statement to say that they were aware that many people were unhappy with car progression. It's one of the things that has actually bothered me less on a personal level, because Forza does give you that grind a car, earn some levels so you can improve the car kind of dynamic that sim racers don't really give. They kind of just give you the car and you can set it up. But I do see the perspective that I think between 3 and 4 hours to level up each car, with over 500 in the game, plus if you buy more than one of the same car, that doesn't carry over. So I do see the problems there, and I think they will listen to the community to address that in time for sure. The second big talking point is the Forza race regulations that they're looking at. The tiniest little wheel off track has given me quite a hefty penalty before, where I really ended up getting minimal reward for going off the track. I've also had occasions where I've gone into the gravel, actually lost time, rejoined and been given a penalty. And of course there is the dreaded penalty when you get taken out by somebody from behind and end up feeling the brunt of that. I think that is something important to address. And then something that's quite close to my heart, they have said, we have seen feedback about our AI's driving behaviour. I'm not going to weigh in too heavily on this, and I'm not going to criticise Turn 10. They've come under enough criticism as it is from huge creators. There are people who are stopping playing the game. The play figures just don't look good on Steam. Obviously, we can't look anywhere else, but that is a pretty good indicator that people just aren't really enjoying this. That statement was important for Turn 10 to release, and I don't think we can have it both ways. I don't think we can say, Turn 10, you need to improve this game. This isn't good enough. And then when they release the statement, also say, oh, that's too little too late, I'm never going to play this again. We need to have a bit of balance. If you want to uninstall it for now, if you want to leave it a few months and walk away and see what happens, that's fine. But I think we just have to give them the opportunity to fix it. Now on to this update 4. I'll quickly talk about the Daytona track because it does actually look really good. It does feel like a somewhat alive circuit. There's a lot of crowd, there's movement in the fairground, in the flags. But the one thing I've noticed is that I think I get frame drops here, especially in the stadium sections where there's a lot going on, and this is on a 3080 graphics card, so it's not too much of a slouch and runs some quite high intensity games very well. So there are still optimization issues in this game. Nevertheless, I'm looking forward to racing it online. Speaking of which, the new Spec Series, Open Series, Spotlight Series have all been announced for the period of January to middle of February. The Forza P1 Series is first up, followed by the Daytona Sports Car Series, the VW Golf GTI Spec Series, and the Modern Factory Race Car Series. Now you'll notice that the Formula Master Series is being run alongside all of those, and I for one am really looking forward to that. I saw it when Super GT and some other creators raced there early on in the game's life, and I never did any Formula Master Series, so a lot of my highlight reels do not include this because I was in the middle of racing TCRs and GT3s in that sort of period and getting to know the game, so I completely ignored the Formula Mazdas, and I'm glad that those are back. I don't really play the Open Series, but you can see the lineup there if you do. There's obviously the same drop that they normally do of reward cars, spotlight cars, car pass cars, and new rivals events as well. There is a list of bug fixes and improvements that I'm just going to put in the description. We all know that with the big announcement on the 9th of January that this was not going to be a huge update, and they've just carried on with fixes and improvements for tracks, cars, and the livery editor across all platforms. That's all well and good, but we do have to bear in mind that with that other announcement, the clock is somewhat ticking, and we don't know how much time everybody is going to give this. It's a somewhat flippant remark said for humour value, but it does take 6 years for Jupiter to get halfway around its orbit of the Sun. It took 6 years to fight World War II. Did it really take 6 years to get to where we are now? Anyway, On a more positive note, there's also the Logitech McLaren G Challenge Stage 3. I haven't been covering this because I didn't do particularly well in Stage 1 and 2, so the chances of me winning £100,000 is rather minimal, but that Rivals series item is there for you to see and compete in nevertheless, and I'll certainly be giving it a go. I really appreciate everybody's support recently. The channel's been going from strength to strength, and I hope you'll be here to see not only how Forza progresses in 2024, but also what we get up to here as well. So remember to subscribe if you want to show your support. Feel free to like the video and leave a comment below to help me out as well. I really enjoy responding to your comments. Channel memberships are now live, and we have our very first pit crew member who will get a shout out in the end screen. Take care, and I'll see you soon.